The walls are already breached. 6,000 Mexican soldiers pour through the gaps. 189 defenders, out of ammunition, out of time. Davy Crockett swings his rifle like a club. Jim Bowie fights from a cot, too sick to stand. This is the last 30 seconds of the Alamo. Then the air cracks open. Let's go back. 12 hours earlier. 8 Navy SEALs stepped through the temporal breach into the Texas night. February 23rd, 1836, San Antonio. Their gear: DevGru assault kit, Mark 17 Scar H rifles, night vision, suppressors, enough ammunition for a small war. Their orders: observe and assist. Do not alter the timeline beyond minimum necessary intervention. The commander reads the briefing one more time, looks at the fort, looks at the 189 men inside who, in the original timeline, will all be dead by dawn. He folds the briefing, puts it in his pocket.
Minimum necessary intervention,
He says quietly.
Right.
He keys the radio.
All elements, we're going in.
Let's stop and look at what both sides are working with. Santa Anna's Army versus Navy SEALs. Brown Bess musket, 50-yard range, 2-minute reload, area fire only, no accuracy. 12-pounder cannon, 900-yard range, 2-minute reload. Hammering Alamo walls for 12 days. 6,000 soldiers, trained, disciplined, but fighting an enemy they've never seen. Versus Scar H rifle, 800-yard range, 600 rounds per minute. Suppressed, night capable, night vision. Sees everything in complete darkness. Santa Anna's Army is blind after sunset. 8 operators, trained for exactly this. Asymmetric warfare against superior numbers. But here's the number that matters most. 189 defenders, no sleep, last powder, crumbling walls. The SEALs don't need to defeat 6,000 men. They need to make 6,000 men believe the Alamo isn't worth the cost. That's a different mission entirely. The commander finds Davy Crockett on the north wall. The legend is exactly what history described. Coonskin cap, long rifle, grinning like the odds don't apply to him. He stops grinning when he sees the commander's gear.
You ain't from around here,
He says, not a question.
No,
The commander says.
we're not.
Crockett looks at the suppressed rifle, the night vision, the body armor.
You come to save us?
The commander pauses, thinks about the briefing in his pocket. The words minimum necessary intervention.
We came to help.
He says. Crockett nods slowly, looks out at the Mexican lines. 6,000 fires burning in the dark.
Is it worth it?
He asks quietly.
Does anyone remember us? After?
The commander looks at him for a long moment.
Every American kid knows your name.
Crockett picks up his rifle.
Then let's make sure they have a reason to.
2 a.m. Santa Anna's Army sleeps. The SEALs don't. 4 operators move through the Mexican camp like ghosts. Thermal optics paint 6,000 heat signatures in green. Suppressed Scar H rifles work in silence. The sentries don't hear anything. They just stop moving. The artillery crews are the priority. The 12-pounders that have cracked the Alamo walls for 12 days. One by one, the gun crews are neutralized, quietly, completely. By 4 a.m., every artillery piece within range of the Alamo is silent. 400 soldiers neutralized. Santa Anna doesn't know it yet. He still thinks he has 6,000 men. He has 5,600. Santa Anna wakes to silence where there should be cannon fire. He sends scouts. The scouts don't come back. He sends more. What is happening out there? He demands. Nobody has an answer. Because nobody has seen the enemy. Because the enemy doesn't exist in any language Santa Anna knows. Dawn. Santa Anna orders the final assault anyway. 5,600 men move toward the walls. Santa Anna thinks he's sending an overwhelming force. He's already lost 400 men and doesn't know their names yet. The commander watches from the north wall beside Crockett. The briefing is still in his pocket. Minimum necessary intervention is already a memory. His radio crackles. Command, from the future, is asking for a status report. He looks at 189 men who are about to be overrun. He looks at Crockett, who is loading his rifle for what, in the original timeline, would be the last time. He keys the radio. Status, we're going loud. He doesn't wait for a response. All SEALs, weapons free, protect the walls. What happens next lasts 11 minutes. The Mexican advance hits a wall of suppressed fire from 8 positions simultaneously. At 800 yards, invisible in the dawn light, the SEALs work methodically. No panic, no noise, just precision. The Mexican soldiers can't locate the fire. They hear nothing. Men fall with no warning and no sound. Santa Anna orders a retreat, then a second assault. The second assault lasts 4 minutes, then a third. The third assault never reaches the walls. By 7 a.m., Santa Anna has lost another 400 men in the assault, 800 total, out of 6,000. He started this morning with 5,600. He ends it with 5,200. And the Alamo still stands. He calls his generals. The math is simple. The Alamo has cost more than it can ever be worth. At 8:12 a.m., Santa Anna orders a full withdrawal. The defenders on the walls watch 6,000 men turn and march away. 189 men, still standing. Crockett lowers his rifle, looks at the commander. "I thought you said minimum intervention," he says. "I lied," the commander says. Crockett grins. "Good. Here are the numbers. Night operation, eliminated 400. Assault stopped, neutralized 400. Total enemy casualties, 800. Santa Anna's force remaining, 5,200. Defenders alive, 189. Modern U.S. casualties, 0. But here's what the numbers don't capture. In the original timeline, every man inside the Alamo dies. Their deaths spark a revolution. Remember, the Alamo becomes the battle cry that wins Texas its independence 6 weeks later. Tonight, they lived. The question the commander couldn't answer, and still can't, is whether a legend saved is worth more than a legend made. The SEALs stepped back through the breach at noon. No ceremony. The rift closed. Crockett watched from the north wall, stood there long after they were gone. Then turned to his men.
Remember this. Whatever comes next, go on. Remember this day.
You tell us where we go next. Comments are open. But episode 3 is already decided. Subscribe to SpecOps Files. The next file is already open.